In order to drive a company vehicle, employees must be authorized by supervision before doing so. Authorized drivers must read and sign Southern Air's driving policy. The use of a company vehicle is a privilege and not a right. As a company driver, you're representing Southern Air and must do so by upholding our standards and state traffic laws. Most of our Southern Air vehicles are moving billboards with our name, phone number, and additional information on display. In today's age of the cell phone, it's so easy for other drivers to take pictures or video of your behavior behind the wheel and report it or post it online. For your safety, your passengers, and our reputation, it is imperative you follow Southern Air's driving policy when operating our vehicles and refrain from distracted and aggressive driving. Your safety and your job depend on it. Properly securing materials like ladders and piping to your truck is extremely important. Don't take shortcuts here. All items must be secured to trucks and vans with ratchet straps. Never tie down items with anything not rated to do so, such as electrical wire. If you're not sure or don't have the right device, contact your supervisor. All vehicle occupants must wear seat belts at all times, and it's the driver's responsibility to make sure everyone is buckled up. This is non-negotiable, and if you refuse to buckle your seatbelt in a Southern Air vehicle, you can get out and walk. If you are driving a vehicle with an unbuckled passenger, to include backseat passengers, you're violating state law, company policy, and subject to termination. Those with permission to drive a company vehicle must keep a maintenance record of when the oil, fluid levels, tire air pressure, and the next inspection is due. You need to maintain the appearance of your vehicle by keeping it cleaned and washed. Vehicle text alerts will inform you of scheduled maintenance. Should you experience a vehicle mishap, please contact your supervisor and the safety team immediately. Important numbers can be found on the back of your quick reference guide for incident reporting. You will also need to fill out a vehicle incident reporting form located in the glove box of your vehicle. Be sure to complete the form in its entirety. Distracted driving is a major epidemic and surpassed drinking and driving as the top causes of car accidents in the United States today. Distracted driving is anything that diverts attention from driving, to include texting, talking on your phone, and even eating and adjusting your radio. Texting is the biggest distraction. Sending or reading a text takes your eyes off the road for 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving the length of an entire football field with your eyes closed. You cannot drive safely unless the task of driving has your full attention.
Imagine this. You're driving down the road, paying attention to traffic, people, dogs. You're watching out for all the crazy stuff that can happen when you're driving. Good job. Okay, let's make it harder. Imagine you have to keep driving at high speed in a busy area, but now you have to do it blindfolded. Sounds ridiculous, right? Of course it is. It would be downright insane. If you talk on a cell phone or text when you're driving a car, you're practically doing the same thing. You're at the wheel of a big disaster waiting to happen. You don't see what's coming. You're not in control. Talking and texting virtually blindfold you, taking your attention away from driving and putting yourself and others at serious risk. In fact, studies have shown that drivers on the phone have worse reaction times than many drunk drivers. Gabbing on a phone while you drive means you're up to 6 times more likely to get in an accident. And using a hands-free speakerphone or headset doesn't help. You can still be just as distracted, according to scientific studies. Texting while you're driving increases your chances of a crash by a whopping 24 times. That's scary, but what's even scarier is that 70% of teens in a recent survey admitted they'd been in a car with a driver who was texting. If you're in a car with a distracted driver, even your parents, you have the right to speak up and ask them to stop. Each year, distractions caused by cell phones contribute to more than 1.5 million crashes, more than 600,000 injuries, and nearly 6,000 deaths. These numbers represent real people with lives just like yours. So why is distracted driving so dangerous? The answer lies in our brains, which aren't really designed to do more than one thing at a time. Don't believe it? Try taking a math test at a Lady Gaga concert. Not easy. Also, you only have one pair of eyes. So taking your eyes off the road to text is a recipe for catastrophe. When you drive distracted, you're dangerous, and in many places, you're breaking the law. So even though it's tempting, please put down that phone.
Key takeaways. Driving a Southern Air vehicle is a privilege. You may not drive a Southern Air vehicle unless you have been authorized to do so. All occupants must wear seatbelts at all times and follow state traffic laws. You are representing Southern Air when driving a company vehicle. Keep it looking good and properly maintained at all times. Distracted driving and aggressive driving are strictly forbidden.